interesting you mentioned Trent and kind of how all the talk's going to be about Trent. If it's all about Trent, that means it won't be about Mo Salah, because it's been a few days of Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah. Jermaine, with your sort of former player's head on, Mo Salah doesn't often speak in the mix zone. Apparently it's twice since he's been in Liverpool that he's gone over and spoke to the mix zones, which is where journalists will wait after a game to try and sort of on the hop try and grab a player. Mo Salah spoke. Jamie Carragher was quite vocal that he wasn't happy about it. He thinks it's disrespectful to the club and to the manager. If you were in that dressing room and one of your teammates is in that situation as Mo Salah, how would you react to it?
Look, everyone knows Mo Salah. I think all his teammates know he's a great guy. He's a top professional. So I don't think they'd read too much into it. We know how the press can change the narratives and make something look worse than what it is. Look, the question is what's going on with probably your contract, and if there's been no contact made, then he's in every right to say, look, there's been no contact and it's time's ticking, it's running out, and maybe I'm not going to be here next season.
But do you think he was right to off his own back go and almost be like, I'm talking to you guys now, I want to get this out there?
He's got every right to speak to the press. Like I said, he's not saying anything that's not factually correct. He's just stating the fact that I've not been offered a contract yet. Probably a little bit disappointing that it's not came for what I give to this club. So I potentially may not be at the end of the season. Because that is totally...
Are you saying it in a way that, like Carragher was saying, that it's selfish because that could...
No, to be honest with you, I'm not. I'm just asking Jermaine what he would have thought from a player's point of view.
I don't think it's
Abbi,
selfish, personally.
The only thing that I'm angry and disappointed about, and I would say that since FSG came in, and certainly since Klopp and FSG have been together, or were started off together, I think off the pitch, the football club has been run absolutely perfectly. Like, if you get a list of ins and outs from when Klopp took over, it is absolutely... I mean, like, the team that won the Champions League, I mean, you got Andy Robertson, £6 million. Even the front three of Salah, Mane, Firmino barely cost £80 million combined, right? Everything's been so good. And I find it absolutely frightening and flabbergasted still to this day that we are in this position November 27th and we're still having this conversation. And then I thought in my head, before Mo Salah spoke, I would have had to assume there was contact between both camps, right? And maybe the stumbling block is they've got a guy in their 30s who wants a 4-year contract on 500 grand a week, and what we don't know is that's what the negotiations are about money and stuff. The fact that no contact has been made to arguably the greatest player in Premier League history of a Liverpool Football Club, and he's going to be a free agent in 6 months' time. I am absolutely gobsmacked.
It can't happen.
But Kweku, it's one thing not getting it done. There's another thing. The conversation hasn't happened yet. How is that possible?
Well, that's why it was...
I'm finding it hard.
I don't understand Jamie Carragher's position, though, because Carragher was fine with it when Mo Salah said basically the same thing after a match earlier on the season, saying they haven't made contact. Why is it any different him doing it off his own back, not with the outlet or media that are broadcasting the game, saying they haven't made contact? This is one of the greatest players the Premier League has ever seen. People act as if he's like 35, 36. He's 32 years old. Cristiano Ronaldo, between the ages of 32 and 35, scored 104 goals in 140 games.
Say that again. 32 to 30. He's got 100. Wow.
Yeah, and that tells you that the average age of Ballon d'Or winners over the last 10 years is 31. Like, footballers are keeping themselves in better nick these days. And so Mo Salah is no age at all in modern football. He can go on and on and on. If the request is...
And this season, he looks like a guy that looks fitter than ever and hungrier than ever, right?
And when you look at Mo Salah as well, he's a player that, again, I don't think the demands are going to be absolutely outrageous, but say it's like, I want 450 grand a week for 2 years. Pay it, because you're not going to get the return that Mo Salah gives you from any player in the world. He's one of the greatest players in the world right now, and I think Liverpool have put themselves in a compromising position. I think that deal will get done. I think, unfortunately for Liverpool, I think Trent might leave, but Mo Salah's the one that you need to keep.
It shouldn't be a situation, I mean, we say this every week now, that all three of those players, which are effectively your three most key players, are all out of contract at the same time. I mean, they can go and sign pre-contract agreements in the next 6 weeks. How have Liverpool Football Club allowed this to happen? I don't think that that's selfish for him to go and talk about that. No. He's obviously trying to get. Also, it's probably trying to get a reaction to be like, "Are you serious here? Like, I'm gonna go."
But he must almost be. Do you think he feels insulted?
100%.
Do you think he's a little bit like, I'm Mo Salah, like, you know.
How are you not offering me anything?
Just look at my numbers.
Disrespectful, isn't it?
It's a little bit.
What I've gave to you over the 8 years I've been here, and you can't. Even if the contract offer is not what I want,
just
or
offer
below,
something.
it's right. hello, Mo, we want to give you an extra 2 years extension on your contract. And then discuss terms, after
do you
that.
think it is because of the money? Because obviously the way that FSG and Liverpool are set up, you don't massively... I mean, you do pay like quite high wages, but to go to that next level where it's 400, 450, is it you don't want to set that benchmark
I
of
think
doing
they're
that for
then
a player?
worried that to then get Trent and Virgil to sign,
Then
they've then got to match
yeah.
that for them too. And then when Alisson's contract's up, you then
I
gotta-
still think
that's-
they could have a conversation about it.
And again, these players are we've got the best goalkeeper in the world, the best centre back in the league, Mo Salah, and Trent, who's a generational right back.
But it doesn't matter what you're offering Mo. I don't think Trent or Virgil could say, "Right, I want exactly the same," because
Virgil could, best centre back in the world and club captain.
One strikers and those players who score the goals always seem to have a little bit of a higher premium than a centre back or.
Is that what you did when you went
right
into negotiating new contracts? You were like, "Look at my assists. That's another 20 grand a week, isn't it?"
See that goal against Chelsea? Yeah, another 15
And you are playing the Champions League final. That's another 50 grand a week.
So I think they were trying to demand the same amount of wages that Mo would get on. I don't think they need to really worry about that. Yes, Trent's new deal and Virgil's would be extortionate, but I don't think they need to worry about, okay, if we offer Mo 400 grand a week, that's our benchmark to offer everybody. It's you've got to give it on face value of what they bring to the team.
I think the Trent. I think they probably have offered Trent a contract. I don't think Trent. I think Trent's contract is on the table. It's down to him if he signs it. I don't think it's the same situation. It would be an absolutely insane world if Liverpool hadn't offered Trent Alexander-Arnold, a Scouser, one of the best right backs in the world, a contract.
Mid-20s.
That would
Who's
literally
more
be ludicrous.
important? Who's more important right now, Mo or Trent?
Well, if you look at this game right now, Trent's on the bench, and nobody thinks that Liverpool aren't going to win this game because Trent's on the bench. If Mo weren't playing this game, it'd be a different
I'll
story.
be honest. I said, I think we asked this question earlier on the season, and my answer was Trent because of his age. I have to make this perfectly clear. I got that completely wrong, by the way. And it's not Trent. It's the bloke that scores 30 goals a season and 20 assists a season, right? It's got to be Mo Salah.
I think the thing with Trent is obviously, like you said, the age thing, that there's more longevity there than you would get out of Van Dijk or Salah. We haven't even spoke about Van Dijk. Where does Van Dijk rank in that for both of you? If you could only keep one.
Well, okay, for Liverpool to win the title this season, I think that if Van Dijk was to get injured, that's gone. Because Kwanzaa next to Konate doesn't cut it.
Or
I think,
Joe Gomez.
I think even if Salah goes down for like 2 or 3 weeks, you've got so many good attackers.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're 11 points clear when he goes down. So we've always got a bit of leeway.
Yeah.
But Van Dijk going down, it will be similar to Odegaard going down for Arsenal, Rodri going down
Palmer for Chelsea.
So you really think Virgil van Dijk is the most important to Liverpool?
Most important, but you need to get the most out of the contract done. If you look at these team sheets right now, Liverpool versus Real Madrid, all of those 3 players that are out of contract will look at Real Madrid and be like, we can go there and start. You talk about Real Madrid being the biggest club in the world, all 3 of them would go and start and be one of their best players. And so it's insane that they're all 3 of them out of contract. And it's weird with the Premier League title this year. I actually would like to see, I feel bad saying this, I would like to see Liverpool win it. I think getting to 97 points and not winning the Premier League title is criminal. And I feel like it'll be criminal for Mo Salah to end his Premier League career only winning 1 title. Same as Virgil, same as Trent, same as Alisson. I think these players, what they've given to the Premier League over the last decade, they deserve another title. And I think this is the year that it happens for them.
Is this the sort of thing, Jermaine,
that we're both back you. We're both back you.
You are obviously, absolutely, you would, of course.
I'm
you would.
absolutely anyone that is.
I thought Kweku would have been Man City all the way. Your Chelsea Liverpool rivalry.
Do you know what? I'm just looking at. If you look at the tapestry of football, I don't think it's good for any league for a team to win it 5 years in a row. No. I just think you start to look like Bundesliga or the Liga.
Jermaine, do players speak about these sort of things though? When these contracts, or do they just get in on a Monday morning and they have a laugh?
Get along. Look, there'll be a few conversations, but it won't be long. It will be like, oh, what's going on, lad? Are you signing? What's the issue? Are they speaking to you? You would say your bits, and then that's it. You would go on, do your training, focus on the games. It's very brief. Players don't really get involved in too much.
When there's all 3 of them that are all in the same situation,
see,
one might have had an offer and the other 2
but
haven't.
That's unique. This doesn't, like I said, this is probably not going to happen ever. Like, if you look at all the teams, you've never seen a team with 3 star players out of contract. In my playing career, it never happened. There might be one who's negotiating, but to have 3 starlets out of contract at the same time, all potentially be able to go on a free. Now, what's going on in the training ground, I don't know. Like I said, have you been offered yet? Well, what's your numbers? Well, I'm not saying
that could be a bit disruptive, couldn't it?
That could be going on at the old Melwood training ground.
It's the equivalent of Saka, Odegaard and Saliba all being out of contract. It's insane. It's honestly insane.
is something that's not really we speak about or see.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.